So there's a really unique tool we found in the research for Creativity Unleashed that I like to call the Innovators equation. And we saw innovators over and over and over and over again using a version of this. And here's in a nutshell. 6 plus 4 equals what? There's one answer. Okay, let's change the equation. Blank plus blank equals 10. How many answers are there to that equation? 6 plus 4, 9 plus 1, 9.9 plus 0.1, minus 1 plus 11, right? The answer is infinite. And the Innovators equation says something that Jeff Bezos taught and wove into the culture at Amazon. He called it working backwards versus talent forwards. He says the most innovative organizations in the world tend to work backwards. They tend to say, what's the 10? What's the thing we'd love to be able to create? What's the thing that would wow our customers? What's the thing that would wow our employees in terms of engagement, in terms of like saying, wow, I'm amazed I get to be part of a company that says that, does that, lives that. And you know, what are those things? What's the 10? And it doesn't have to be 10, but working backwards says, what's something we'd love to create? Not what resources do we currently have, not what talents do we currently have, not what skills do we currently have, not what's our LY, what are our last year numbers, but what's something we would be so on fire to create that we'd be willing to work backwards. We'd be willing to say, blank plus blank gets us there. You know, it sets us on fire. And as a result, we go and find, develop, nurture, build, borrow, you know, leverage the resources required to make it happen. And most of us have this challenge. It's like, as a dad, what's something I'd love to be able to do or create? What's an experience I'd love my kids to be able to have? You know, as a CEO of a company, what's an experience I would love a new customer to have, a new client, a new patient to have, a new student to have? You know, as a coach, what's something where I would love at the end of the season, I'd love the kids to be saying, the players to be saying this. As a teacher, what's something that I'd love 5 or 10 years from now? I'd love the students that I have in my class to be saying, you know, and that's working backwards. That's the Innovators equation. That's blank plus blank equals. Let me end with this thought. Walt Disney for 10 years would not talk about how much will it cost to build Disneyland, because he knew that puts you in the 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4. What's the cost? What's the cost? Well, the cost is, well, we don't have it. Therefore, you know, 6 plus 4, let's only build this. How much land do we need to build this Disneyland? He's like, no. What do we want to build? What are we on fire to build? What do we wish existed? What's worth creating? Let's work backwards from there.